Okay, I've just come back in just from a little short sprint session, which always really tightens up my hamstrings. So I'm just going to go through this little sequence of exercises, Pilates exercises that will help you either stretch, strengthen or lengthen, just in support of your running. So here we go. We'll just keep it really brief. So initially just a roll down, so dropping the chin down and just tucking the tummy in and then coming down towards your feet. So I'm just going down nice and slowly, let the upper body relax down. Well, it doesn't matter how far forward you go, but what you're basically doing is just going far enough forward to get a stretch in the back of the thighs. So it could be to here. It depends how tight your hamstrings are, how flexible you are. So I can go quite a long way down and I can drop into the front of the foot, which is really going to lengthen out through those really tight hamstrings. Okay, so backs of the thighs, get a lovely stretch out there. Now you can roll back up, come back down. I'm just going to go straight onto my front because I want to show you these exercises. So I'm going to come all the way down. Oops, let me go out a little bit. All the way down into a prone swimming position. So I'm going to lengthen the arms out in front, legs are stretched out behind. And what we're doing here, squeezing in, pulling the belly button in towards you, and you get a little clench in the centre, so engaging through the core, through the abdominals and pelvic floor. And we're going to lift alternate arms and legs. So just a lift, not too high, and lower. Keeping the head down, looking forward. Obviously, I'm looking just to talk to you, but just try and keep that length through the neck. Now, what this one is doing is this is just trying to get that stability in the centre. So the synergy of your arms and legs. So keeping that control. So, you know, like if you're a fell runner and you're running downhill at speed, having that strength in the centre and the control on your limbs is really, really helpful. So once you've done a few of those, you can come up onto your hands and knees. We're just going to a cat stretch. So you're just going to stretch out the other way. So pushing the spine up, tucking under, pulling the belly button in and relax down. That's just like a little release stretch from that exercise that we've just done. Okay, so here we're going to go into a bit of a spinal rotation, really, or a rotation through the upper body. So you're going to take the hand up and then you're going to thread under, taking it down towards the floor and lift up, stretch up, threading under. It's also a really nice stretch, this. So we'll just switch over to the other side. Just go this way. So what this one helps with is also with your balance. So just getting that little bit of stability, a nice rotation through the upper body and lengthening out through. Okay, so we'll drop back into a rest position. So you go back onto your heels, stretch the fingertips forwards. This is also a really nice stretch anytime. Then to go on to like a little bit of a strengthening exercise, we'll come up into plank. So you can either go into an extended arm plank. If you can see here, I'm up on my toes, the hands are underneath the shoulders and just push back into the heels. Now you've got your calf stretch in there, which is brilliant. It's such a lovely stretch, pushing back, just resting on the toes, pushing the heels back. But what you've also got is that strength in the centre. So you've really got to switch on with the abdominals and pelvic floor to hold this position. Okay, we just come back down onto the knees, a little release stretch back into rest position. And then we're going to come forwards and we just want to get a little bit on the front of the thighs. So here I'm just going to rest my hands down, my chin down on my hands. And we're going to just do alternate legs. Now, the foot's going to stay flexed. And you're going to bring the heel in towards the bottom. I'll show you on this leg. If you lift the thigh just slightly away from the floor, so you've got to squeeze in through the abdominal, so we're using the core again, flex the foot and bring the heel in, kick, and then stretch away. So you're pointing the toe when you stretch down. So you're just going to get that little bit of work in the front of the thighs. And if you wanted to go for a thigh stretch in your quads, pull the heel in, push the hips to the floor, try and keep the knees together. Okay, so you've just got a few little exercises there. Lovely Pilates exercises, and release down. And then just one more. If you're an endurance runner, or you do trail races, fell races, and you might use the little hydration systems that sit on like a little rucksack. So just sometimes you can tend to sort of bunch over across the shoulders. So we'll just go into a little stretch here, opening out across the chest, pushing the hands down towards the bottom, squeezing the shoulder blades in. And my lower body is just staying nice and still and relax down. And come up. And you're getting that stretch out through the abdominals again, squeezing in through the belly button and relax down. Okay, that's me done.